Yo, 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 can you guys hear me? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone is having a good day. The market it seems like we are having a nice little rebound right here in the crypto market. Um, Stocks are absolutely sending right now. Like I said yesterday, um, I did say yesterday for those of you guys who were here, I mentioned that is my camera blurry or is it just me? Anyways, we have a massive order block right here. And for those of you guys who were in my video yesterday, I said there's a massive correlation between the S&P 500 and Bitcoin, and there's no freaking question about that. Let me just drop this on the freaking Discord real quick. Let me drop this on the Discord. Let me just freaking go on the Discord real quick right here. Let's open Discord. S&P 500 is up 2%. We got Bitcoin up 10.8%. Of course, not a surprise, considering the S&P 500 is up 2%. We know there's approximately 5 to 7% correlation between the Bitcoin and the S&P 500. Most of the gains have been recovered already. Waterfall and recovery. Hope 60K buyers are enjoying. Let me just drop this right here on the Discord real quick. I know you guys liked the live yesterday, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it again. But listen, if you guys are on the Discord, I did mention right here on the VIP chat that we do have an order block right here. Strong OB on stock. If we clear, we're sending. This is the OB right here, currently sitting at $6,900 for the S&P 500 right here. This is a pretty strong order block, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This order block right here is it's when we started to tank. Okay, so this was a strong order block because it made us send all the way to 6,732. Now, of course, on Bitcoin, every story tells, every time frame, every asset tells a different story. So maybe it's not going to show on Bitcoin that we do have an order block. The OB on Bitcoin is actually sitting right here at 71,290. You guys can see right here, this was a very, very strong order block. Okay. Yesterday, Bitcoin did peak to as low as, wow. We went to $59,700. We peaked right below 60,000. That was a pretty hard aggressive drop. But the main asset that you guys want to be looking at, by the way, we do have a change of structure on Bitcoin, but because right now Bitcoin is heavily correlated to the stock market, this chart right here does not really matter. You could have a change of structure all you want. You could have an order block right here all you want. What's really important right here is the S&P 500. Will the S&P 500 close on the 1 hour, which does end in 21 minutes, but above $6,900? Because if we get a confirmation that the S&P does manage to close above $6,900, that could be a very, very good solid confirmation. And this was just a fake out right here. And this bottom right here is just a weak bottom. Okay, so we did have a aggressive drop right here. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really deny it. This was an aggressive drop, right? But if we do have a break and we do have a market structure shift or a change of structure, whatever you guys want to call it, like we saw right here, then this right here, um, is a weak bottom. Okay, it's a weak bottom, and it's not really going to do anything. Okay, there's nothing to worry about, and I think we're just going to keep on pushing. Maybe $7,100, but ultimately, guys, I do think that the big correction on the S&P 500 is going to come. Okay, this is my opinion, not financial advice. Always do your own research and due diligence. I know a lot of you guys say that Bitcoin is what are we at right now, $69,000. I know a lot of you guys are saying that that the bottom is in, etc. It's very possible that the bottom is in. I'm not saying that the bottom is not in or the bottom is in. It's very, very possible that the bottom is indeed in for Bitcoin, but on the shorter time frame, because we will have that correction, guys, on the stocks. I mean, stocks need to correct, and right here, the S&P 500 is probably one of the main crypto you want to see. I did take a small short, by the way, on BTC, guys. Very, very small. I mean, I'm not playing with high leverage right here. I mean, we're looking right here at 69,417. We are down 0.81%, $171. This is a very, 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 very small short. I don't recommend doing it. But we do have right here, the chart that I'll be looking at on this live is really the S&P 500 chart. Currently sitting at 6898. Like I said, we do have a pretty strong top right here at 6,900. Will the S&P 500 close above that in the next 20 minutes? Time will obviously tell. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if the S&P 500 will indeed close above that. But as of right now, BTC is looking fantastic, guys. Let me just open a new tab. Let's go on Bitcoin right here, Bitcoin 2. This is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. By the way, For those of you guys who are in my Discord, I told you guys that we need to stay above the total on the 2.31. Otherwise, we're absolutely cooked. And it looks like Bitcoin made its way back up to 2.31, which is exactly what's happening. On the weekly, we could not close below it, because if we did, that would be bad news bears. By the way, for those of you guys who are new here, if you deposit $20,000 on exchange, you get a $2,000 bonus. Now, for those of you guys who are very new to trading, what I would do is I would deposit $20,000, use the $2,000 once you get it after 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and just trade with the $2,000. Get familiar with the trading. You could try and do 100x leverage, etc. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do with a $2,000 bonus. You don't need to risk your own money. Obviously, you're risking the exchange's money, which is fantastic. And of course, assuming that you do, like right here, just for an example, right? Let's go to Bitcoin right here on, just for example, Bitcoin is currently up, 10%, right? So if you would 100x leverage that from the bottom right here, let's say $60,000, because that's a pretty good entry, right? Everyone was happy about 60K, and you would have longed this all the way up. That's a 15.96% return. Okay. Now, 15.96% return times 100. Okay. Do you guys know what that is? Every 1% that Bitcoin goes up, you're pretty much making 100%. So you would do 100, okay, times 15.9, and then you're roughly looking at 1,005. You're pretty much looking at a 15x return. Okay. So if you do 15x times $2,000, you're looking at roughly 30,000 fucking dollars in profit that you could actually withdraw without you risking anything, literally anything, absolutely anything. You're not risking anything. So this is why, for those of you guys who are new, make sure you sign up with BYDFi. You don't need a KYC in order for you guys to get to $20,000, and pretty much that's about it. Let's have a look right here at the chart. Live streaming. We do have 9 viewers. By the way, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys like the live. I would really appreciate if you guys would like the live. And I mean, we have like 12 people in here, and I believe we only have like 1 or 2 likes. So make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. Make sure you guys like the live, please. I would really appreciate it. We have 2 likes right now, and pretty much that's about it. Good morning, Penny Harris. How are you doing? Are you back into trading? What is your situation? Are you holding spot? What exactly is happening? So it looks like let's have a look right here at the S&P 500 real quick. I'm gonna put BTC right here. Let's put BTC right here on the 15-minute time frame. This is Bitcoin right here on the 15-minute time frame. It looks like we keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. 5 minutes is looking okay too. But the chart that I really want to have a look at right here is a SPX, SPX 500, S&P 500. Will the S&P 500 break above this order block right here? Like I said, this is a very strong order block, guys. I mean, on the 1 hour time frame, you guys could literally see right here that on the 1 hour time frame, we do have, like, if I remove this right here, let me just remove it. It looks like we're breaking it right here. We do have this wick right here. This wick is a very strong and important wick right here for the S&P 500. And if we manage to close above it on the S&P 500 on the 1 hour time frame, then that would be super bullish. But it looks like right now the S&P 500 is having a little bit of a hard time. We do have a strong order block right here. And as of right now, this is a strong low. So we don't have a change of structure yet for the S&P 500. If we do have a change of structure, that would be very interesting. Good morning from Rustabab from Discord in the house. Oh yeah, yo, what's up? In general, a question? Yo, yeah, shoot. What's your question, bro? Does BTC crypto follow stock market? Yes, Bitcoin and crypto does indeed follow the stock market. That's why I'm looking at the stocks right now. Basically, there's approximately a correlation between 5 to 8% between Bitcoin and the stock market. So you guys can see right here, the stock market is up 11% and Bitcoin is up also. Stock market's up 2% and Bitcoin's up 11%. So yes, there is definitely a correlation between the two, and they just almost follow each other. I mean, if we have a look right here at the S&P 500, for example, or Bitcoin, we had this nice little V recovery shape right here on Bitcoin, but the only reason why we had this V recovery shape is because the S&P 500 had it, right? I think it was right here. That was the S&P 500 V recovery shape, and then we essentially started to go up after we made that low. So that was the low right here at 7:15. Well, depending where you are and what time zone you are, that was the low at 7:15, and then the low for BTC, it was 7:15 as well. Okay, so yeah, they do essentially go hand in hand, especially when you have big moves like this. They will essentially go hand in hand 100%, in my opinion, not financial advice. But pretty much that's about it. So S&P 500, guys, is really, really making a strong move right now, really attempting to break above this level on the 15-minute time frame, on the 5-minute time frame, on the 1 hour. This is a very, very, very strong order block, guys. A super strong order block. It looks like Bitcoin right now is not really reacting to it, though. I do have to admit. It looks like right now Bitcoin is not really reacting to the rejection of the S&P 500. So there's nothing really crazy going on at the moment. Um, Let me see. Yeah, but if we do get rejected hard, you could expect like a 5% pullback on Bitcoin, in my opinion. But it looks like right here, this is third time on the 5-minute time frame that the S&P tried to break, and it's not able to essentially do so. Bitcoin still consolidating, had a nice little pump earlier. Maybe because Nvidia essentially pumped. For those of you guys who don't know, Nvidia is also a pretty big player in this market. But we're gonna have to see how this S&P 500 closes. Like I said, guys, we need to close above $6,900 is the closure 100%. If it doesn't close above that, I mean, I don't know, honestly. I don't know what will it be and what will happen, but we need to see that closure, in my opinion, above it. And it looks like right now the S&P 500 is having a strong time. Listen, shorting here with a very tight stop loss is not a bad idea. Is not a bad idea at all, in my honest opinion. Not financial advice. I'm in a short right now, but the only reason why I'm on a short right now is because I'm betting on the S&P 500 going down and getting rejected. That's the only reason why I'm on a short. But guess what? I'm gonna put a tight stop loss. Okay, if I see we have a nice little closure above 6,900 on any time from 5 minutes, 15 minutes, doesn't matter. I'm gonna close my Bitcoin short. That's what's happening right now at the moment, but I wouldn't be worried too much at the moment. But if we start correcting very, very aggressively right now on the S&P 500, like we start to essentially dump, then yeah, I mean that's obviously not going to be great, right? Like you guys can see right here, it's attempting to essentially come down. It's not really coming down. We're gonna have to see, but risking this, in my opinion, it's not a bad risk. It's not a bad risk right here. Especially if the S&P 500 does come down. Let's say we retest this level, this low right here. I mean, you could expect a nice little dump on BTC. Let's have a look. This would be approximately 0.6%. So approximately, let's say like a 3-4% dump on Bitcoin. That could be. Yeah, I'll take that any day. You know what I'm saying? I would take a 3-4% dump. Why not? And Bitcoin, I'm not saying it needs to correct because we did correct, but on the lower time frame, we definitely need a correction. I think on the 1 hour we are oversold, but like I said, Bitcoin doesn't really matter. I mean, you guys can see right here we are how oversold we are, right? We're pretty heavily oversold right here, and we know when we are oversold in these regions, we tend to dump, right? We have these dumps right here. We had another one right here where Bitcoin was oversold, and right now BTC is oversold. So nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy, honestly. Like I said, we have to keep an eye on the S&P 500 on the lower time frames, and see what happens here, in my opinion. Let's have a look on the Discord. Let's see what's going on. Short from 70 to $72,000 range. Um, Listen, shorting is not. It depends. It really, really, truly depends on the stocks, in my opinion. There's a massive correlation right now with the stocks and crypto. Um, so I don't truly know if shorting. I don't want to give a target because if right now we know we get a strong rejection with volume on the S&P 500, let's pull the volume out right here. So you guys can see right here. The volume is like weakening, obviously, right? And we're pumping. This is a clear bearish divergence. Obviously, it's not the best. It's not the best sign. But if I see there's volume, okay, a red candle on the what time frame is this? 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. If I do see that, then yes, shorting is it would not be a bad idea in my opinion. But to say $70,000, I don't know. I don't want to give a price because I truly don't know how high BTC is going to go. I think a lot depends on this guy right here. And it's possible that we blow past it and Bitcoin pumps another 3-4%. Very, very possible. Super possible. So let's see what happens. But right now, as of right now, at the moment, Bitcoin is having a trouble. I mean, S&P is having a trouble breaking that. We're currently down 3.4%. Nothing too crazy in my opinion. Really nothing too crazy. Not really worried about it. An error has occurred on the stream. Can you guys see this stream or no? Let me know if you guys can see this stream. All right, so all right guys, so it looks like we are breaking that. Yeah, it's getting rejected pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. It looks like we're trying to break it very hard. Um it's really attempting to break that level. I don't know if it's going to break. But yeah, you have a lot of short sellers right here. A lot of it. Yeah, we still didn't make a high right here. We still did not make a high. We still didn't make a high, fam. Another rejection. So, this is a very interesting key part right here to look at for Bitcoin, stocks, S&P. I mean, whatever you guys want to call it. This is a very important level to essentially watch. It's only $1 away. You know what I'm saying? If we make a high right here, I'm closing all the positions. I'm closing all the positions. We probably pump 2-3%. All right, hard rejection right here. Hard rejection. A lot of volume. A lot of volume. Let's have a look at the live stream real quick. No error. Okay, dose. I got like 3,000 loss on BYD if I did not KYC. Does BYD issue a 1099 end of the year? A 1099 isn't 1099 for contractors. Isn't that for contractors, bro? You could ask them. You could ask them. I mean, it's by the way, you could KYC and they could still issue that to you if you want. But you could ask them. I'm sure it's not a big deal. Well, it shouldn't be a big deal actually. Um Listen, I'm expecting stocks to correct right here. And I'm talking about 0.5%, nothing too crazy. I'm not talking about like an insane correction of like 2-3%. I'm not saying it's going to retrace all today's gains. I'm not saying this at all. But if we don't break the 6,900 level, I'm expecting a nice little pullback, which is nothing bad in my opinion. It's nothing to worry about. Oh, Bitcoin breaches $70,000. It looks like Bitcoin is front running this pump on the S&P 500, by the way. But Bitcoin did breach $70,000 right now at the moment. Our short, as long as I'm down 5-6%, but as long as the S&P doesn't break above it, I'm fine because I know the second we get that hard aggressive rejection, the S&P, the Bitcoin will essentially follow the stock. So let's have a look at Nvidia real quick. Nvidia is up 6.72%. Let's have a look on the 15-minute time frame. 2 rejections, 10-minute time frame, rejection, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. 1 minute. Yeah, we do have a few rejections right here happening. Very strong order block, guys, right here. This is a very strong order block. Very strong order block. I'm just looking at the screen right here, paying attention to the other chart. See what's going on. The interesting thing about this, though, is that Bitcoin is up and it keeps on pumping while the stock market are consolidating, and this is what we want to see. Well, not if you're short obviously, but what you want to see is you don't want to when you're long, right? You don't want to essentially see like pumps and dumps on the S&P 500. You want to see a pump and consolidation, so you let the asset on crypto continue to run. But the second we have a dump right here, Bitcoin's going to go to shit. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we consolidate right here, crypto's just going to continue on pumping. As long as we consolidate on S&P 500, crypto's going to continue on going up. But yeah, I mean, this is what I think in my opinion. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. 694. It looks like stocks are pulling down a little bit. Um, yeah, it looks like stocks are pulling down a little bit. We did break. Do we have a change of structure on the 1 minute time frame? I don't know, but this is a pretty hard rejection. Well, not hard rejection, but it's a rejection, guys, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? This is a rejection. We couldn't break above it. Maybe there's a small Bart Simpson pattern right here where we just essentially do that and then come down. Maybe we retest this low at 6885, come down like, $15, nothing too crazy, like 0.1%. Literally nothing too crazy. Um but yeah, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on BTC in my opinion. I'm on the S&P 500 in my opinion because they're pretty much I mean, they're leading this market. I mean, there's just no question. How is gold doing? Let's check gold. Gold is not up. I was about to say it's up a lot. Silver's up 7.8%. We got gold up 3.6%. That's pretty good. Um, let's check on our short right here. $1,500, $1,289. Nothing too crazy. Where's BTC right here? Yeah, this is Bitcoin. So we are starting the new hour in about 4 minutes from now. So that's going to be a very interesting, candle, obviously. But we are starting. Let's see that. Okay, so the S&P 500 right now is coming down. Bitcoin, it looks like we are doing this stairs up, elevator down pattern. Look at this, guys. We have little stairs. Okay. Let me just draw this for you guys real quick. Oh, obviously, this could just be a fake out, by the way. I'm not saying that this is going to stand like that. We could still V recover very fast. We've seen it happening multiple times where Bitcoin just does this, depending on, what the S&P 500 does. Because S&P 500 right now, we were consolidating and we could just fake out. We could grab liquidity before going to the upside. Remember, guys, there's high frequency traders in NYSE and the New York Stock Exchange. It's all algo bots, high frequency traders, up and down, sell, buy, sell, buy. So this, believe it or not, is a lot of liquidity. I mean, we're talking about what, 0.01% or 0.1%. Sorry, like it's not so crazy. I mean, for us, if for retail, it's not so crazy, but for these big investors and these big banks playing with trillions of dollars, it's a lot. But listen, we're gonna have to see what happens. I'm personally, I'm never a fan of these slow elevator up patterns right here, very slow, and then boom, or stairs up and then elevator down. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think that's a bearish sign. But I'm not really looking at this pattern right here because in crypto, technical analysis doesn't mean shit. What you want to have a look is the S&P 500, and you guys can see right here, S&P 500 is pulling back up, and pretty much that's about it. So let's see what happens right here. But like again, this is a very strong OB, guys. Very strong OB. Very strong OB. The 5 minutes does end in 1 hour and 1 minute and 5 seconds. Okay, so let's see how the last minute closes and see what happens here. Let's have a look at our trade real quick. We're down. Okay, now we're back down to 796, only down 3%. Nothing too crazy. Um, let's have a look on the 1 hour. Yeah, so the 1 hour, this is a hard rejection right here. But the candle on the S&P is a beautiful candle. I mean, this candle is nice. It's a nice candle, very strong candle. So I'm not really too worried. Let's see what happens in the next 30 seconds. Very possible, guys. High chance we do break that candle in the next hour, or that OB right here in the next hour. Very high chance in my opinion. Because the chances that we have a red candle after a strong candle like that is pretty low, actually. Yeah, you could see right here when we have a strong momentum. I mean, the momentum keeps going up until we essentially go down, right? I mean, this was just a weak uptrend. So, okay, so the S&P 500 does and is opening a new hour right here. We do have a new hour opening on the S&P 500. It's opening okay. I'm not saying it's opening strong, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go back and retest 6999. Or sorry, 6,889 or 99. Our shorts still down 3%. Nothing too crazy, obviously. I mean, market's not really moving. As you can see, I mean, S&P 500 is a little bit dead. I mean, it's been just consolidating right here for the past like 30, 40 minutes on the 1 minute time frame. This is Bitcoin right here. Currently dumping as the S&P 500 is dumping. Well, dumping, going down a little bit. Yeah, nice little recovery right here on SP 500. Very, very strong, guys. Like Nvidia is the probably the crypto you want to be having a look at, in my opinion. If Nvidia keeps on going down, we're most likely going to see the S&P 500 going down as well. Amazon is already down. Nice little bounce right here on Amazon. And Netflix is doing okay. Microsoft doing okay. Tesla doing okay as well. Apple, just regular. But Nvidia is looking pretty darn good. Let's go back to the stocks real quick. S&P 500. Wow, beautiful bounce. And then Bitcoin, nice little cute bounce right here on BTC. But of course, this doesn't matter. Let's have a look right here at the stocks real quick. Wow, look at that full recovery. Whoa, what a blow up. What a pump. What a pump. Gold is looking good again. Possibly. I didn't see a look at gold. Back above, below $5,000. Yeah, gold's okay. I'm mainly looking at stocks, honestly. S&P 500 is this is what I'm mainly looking at, and it looks like this is I like to see the price action on the 5 second time frame. I mean, we have a clear aggressive downtrend followed by stairs up. In my opinion, we most likely continue to the downside. I mean, this is really, in my opinion, we clearly have a bear flag right here on the 5 second time frame. Um, so yeah, let's see what happens here. I never trade. I would never trade crypto on the 5 second time frame, but because stocks are like $1 trillion asset, you could somewhat do that. I mean, you guys can see we literally just got rejected a little bit. So you could somewhat trade um on the 5 second time frame on stocks. I would not do this on crypto. Look at that. We're literally getting rejected on the 5 second time frame. Which is actually freaking hilarious because this shit just doesn't happen in crypto. Like it just doesn't work like that. Look, you could even extend that. We're still in the channel. Yeah, we're still in that channel. Let's see. Bitcoin looking okay right here. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it's just pretty much doing what the S&P 500 is doing a little bit. But this is the main interesting. Look at that fucking rejection. Look at that. Bang. 1, 2, 3. We're talking about the 5 second time frame over here. Like I said, guys, I'm not trading on the 5 second time frame. It's just that the price action on the S&P is more interesting on the 5 second time frame. But let me go back right here. But yeah, in my opinion, this is a textbook elevator downstairs up pattern. In my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe retest and then nuke like that. I would not be surprised if this happens. Wow, strong, a lot of volume. Let's see Nvidia real quick. I'm assuming Nvidia's pumping. Okay, Nvidia's pumping. Nvidia's triggering all this. It looks like it. It looks like NVDA is making some nice little moves to the upside. S&P. Let's have a look at the S&P again. I'm not really I'm not a fan of trading gold, honestly. I'm not a fan of trading gold. It's after what happened a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. After what happened last week, I'm just not a fan. I think it's just all manipulative and it's controlled by China, etc. Like I said, guys, I'm not racist to China or anything like that. I love everyone, but I think there's like big players really manipulating this market, and it's really disgusting. Okay, S&P guys, coming up and retesting this very strong order block on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see what happens here. This is going to be a very, very interesting level. Oh, we did break it. 6,900. Yeah, I might close my position. Actually, sorry. Let's see on the 5 minutes. I would like to see a confirmation on 5 or even, oh my God, what a rejection. I was so close of freaking closing that position. Listen, if we have a closure on the 5 minute time frame, that's going to be, in my opinion, I think we almost got a change of structure. Let's have a look at the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, a lot of things are up. Zcash is up. I mean, XRP's up 26%, I think. Did we get a change of structure? Let's see. If we have a change of structure on this, no, we don't have a change of structure yet. But if we do, I'm gonna just close. I'm gonna close my my short, and it's a very small short, fam. Like it's nothing too crazy. Oh, look, you see that? Look at that order block above it. Change of structure. All right, time to close it. I think. Let's go ahead and close it. Should I wait for confirmation? I'm trying to see if I should wait for that because the change of structure right here could easily flip. If we come back below, that's going to be canceled. This change of structure is going to be canceled. But I'm trying to see. Let's see, 30 minutes. We have a change of structure on 30 minutes, I think. Yeah, I mean, we've had a change of structure on the 30 minutes right here. That was a change of structure we had. But on the 1 hour, I don't know if I should wait a whole freaking hour. I mean, the hour just started. Yeah, all eyes are on the S&P. It looks like all eyes are on the S&P. Um, if we come below this right here, let me just explain to you guys. If we come below this area, this change of structure is going to go away and it's going to be invalid. It's going to be invalid if we go below this area right here. I mean, it's just not going to say change of structure anymore. It's just going to be a fat X, you know? If we come below 6,899. Damn, look at that. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna come below, but anything is possible. Let's see. Yep, it looks strong, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close. I'm gonna go ahead and close this position right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this position right here as well. We lost 2K, but it's okay. I'm not gonna take the risk. I'm not gonna take the risk. I mean, this is a clear, market structure shift right here, change of structure, whatever you want to call it. This is a pretty clear. I Yeah, I mean, strategy is gonna pump after BTC pumps. Obviously, massive, massive pump right here, huge pump actually. But yeah, I would not. Yeah, Bitcoin's pumping. Yeah, I'm not shorting. This is a clear change of structure. We're probably going to continue. We're probably going to continue to this next order block right here. In the next 2-3 hours, we're probably going to essentially continue to go up 6,933. In my opinion, that's what's going to happen. All right. Anyways, guys, this is a quick stream I'm gonna do with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. I will catch you guys perhaps tomorrow. Look at that. I shaved right here. I look like a boy. Anyways, peace out, fam. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later.